Okay, hole 17, par 3, about 156 yards. Pin looks like it's a red flag. So it might be a little front of middle, but it looks pretty close to middle. Relatively straightforward hole. Pin's right in the middle of the green, so not a lot to really navigate there, because that's pretty much where I'm going to be aiming, is the middle of the green. A couple things that are a little unique, and once again, we've talked a lot about this. This is one of the unique things about this particular course we're playing here today. A lot of elevation changes, ups and downs and side hills and things like that. And I mean, of course the ball's in the air, but just visually it can make a few things a little bit challenging. So just kind of aware of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and tee one up here. And right now I'm kind of leaning between the 7 and the 8. So as you know, like when I bring clubs out here, I always kind of look at the different ones. Like, what do I want to hit? Do I want to hit it hard? Do I want to hit it soft? This really feels like an 8 iron. I can hit this 8 iron easily, 155 yards. So this is pretty much just a go-to shot. I've got a slight right to left wind. All right, so I'm gonna take it out just at that tree behind the green, of that larger tree, and see if we can make a good swing. Okay, not my most solid shot of the day. A little short and a little to the right. But hey, we get a chance to hit a little bit of a chip shot. I believe, thinking back on that, I probably should have went with the 7 iron, because I felt like I had to hit the 8 a little bit harder than I really wanted to. Therefore, my rhythm was off. Let's go up and take a look, see what we got. All right, so you could probably almost hear that shot. It was pretty clunky. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't very good. But this is why we want to do this, because, you know, people make comments like, "Oh, you just have a beautiful swing. You hit every shot perfect." That's not the case at all. You go to even a tour event, they're not hitting every shot perfect. They're hitting a lot of good shots. But as I've said a couple times here, good golf is also about managing your game, managing expectations, you know, getting up and down, leg play. I mean, here I sit. I got to be honest, I haven't hit a ton of great shots today. But if I can get this up and down, I can stand there on the last hole, and if I make a couple good swings, I could shoot around under par. Really not having my best game. So hopefully that's something of what you're taking away here from today. So let's talk about this chip shot. Once again, I brought 3 clubs because as I walked from the cart over here, I don't know what the lie is going to be like. Is it perfect? Is the grass thick? Is it not thick? What's going on? So you always bring multiple clubs. So as I get over here, I mean, this stuff is pretty thick. It's not crazy, but it's pretty thick. Ball's sitting down a little bit. Not a ton of green to work with. And I got a little bit of wind at my back. So I'm going 58 for sure, because I've got to hit this high and I've got to hit it soft. Now, on this particular shot right here, I'm also thinking about, on this chip shot, where do I want to putt from? Of course, I want to putt from as close to the hole as possible, but it has some pretty good slope from back to front. So anything a little left of the pin as I'm looking at it, or on this side over here, is an easier putt. So that's going to be part of my calculation. So in terms of technique, because it's in the rough, I'm going to move the ball back a little bit. I got the ball in the center of my heels. I'm going to rotate the face a little bit open. These are all things that you've learned from us here at US Golf TV, stuff we've put in the book on the bad lie, all that type of stuff. So here we go. Give me a couple practice swings to get a feel for the rough. Ball's back a little bit, face is a little bit open, so I can put a little speed to it. Hopefully get it to pop up. Let's get this thing up and down and give us a chance at shooting under par. Here we go. Man, it came out just a little softer than I wanted to. I caught just a little bit more grass behind it, which slowed the club face down. But hey, it's on there. I got an 8-footer. I got to make a putt. All right, as I've said a couple times here already, this is golf, man. This is what it's about. I don't care if you're trying to shoot under par, you're trying to win a major championship, you're trying to beat your buddies out of a $2 Nassau. Every event, sporting event, golf included, has these moments where it's like you got to make a putt, you got to hit a shot. I've been struggling a little bit the last couple holes with some poor swings. This is an opportunity right here for me to make a putt and get some mojo going as I head to the last hole. So what am I going to do? First of all, obviously I'm going to read the putt, as we've been discussing here already today. I'm going to read it, get a good feel for it. I'm going to pick out the spot. I'm going to roll it over, all those types of things. But I'm also going to be giving myself a little bit of a pep talk, whatever that is. For me, it's like, hey, come on, you got this. Let's go. Let's make this putt. You can do it. Whatever it is. If you were playing a basketball game and the coach called a timeout, he'd kind of clap his hands, he'd rally you. You don't have a coach with you in golf, so you got to do it for yourself. Give yourself a little bit of pump up. Give yourself a little bit of emotion. Come on, Kolb, you got this putt right here. Let's hit a good solid putt. Let's make this thing. I got a really good read on it. I got a good line on it. I'm committed just making a good solid stroke, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, had the read, a little bit off on my speed again. I had it tracking right in the middle of the hole. I thought it was going to roll out a little bit more than it did. All right, not the worst hole, it's a bogey. We got one more hole to go. We still got a chance to shoot an even par round. Let's head over to hole 18.